Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nick's fight, Brooke nostalgic, Sheila suspects. Fans may anticipate Sheila Carter-Sharp becoming suspicious of Lee Finnegan, according to spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful. Nick Maroon fights with Rich Forrester about something. Brooke Logan also experiences nostalgia. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Brooke and Rich had their photos taken by the press following the fashion show. For a while Brooke cooperated, but Brooke left when a reporter inquired about Rich and Taylor Hayes' engagement. She was finally tired and brutally honest as Rich sped after her. She can no longer endure the on and off dynamics which are killing her. Rich refused to let Brooke go, even though she felt obliged to. Brooke will now consider all of the memories connected to Italy. In order to locate Brooke, Nick just so happened to get a ride to Capri. But according to Eric Forrester, Nick wasn't welcome there. Nick isn't one to accept rejection. The idea that Nick and Rich will fight is then hinted at. According to Thursday, July 31st spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila will believe Lee is concealing something about Luna. When the waitress attempted to bid farewell for the last time, Lee informed her that the service had already been completed. Lee made the same statement following John Finnegan's fictitious demise. Even the sight of Luna's grave is beyond Sheila's grasp. She is becoming skeptical just based on it. Sheila's realization that Luna might not be dead at all grows as she considers the situation more. Deacon is aware that Sheila is grieving, even if he has affections for Luna. Deacon will make an effort to be a decent husband and help his wife through her grief. But given that Luna was responsible for the deaths of Paul Hollister and Tom Starr, Deacon's task won't be simple. Deacon couldn't bring himself to see Luna as anything other than a heartless murderer because he was close to both of those men. Additionally, there have to be updates regarding Liam Spencer's recuperation. Finn is looking into it, but be careful. Grace Buckingham has already made some careless errors. Bill Spencer receives unfavorable Liam news now that he's awake. Everyone will be watching miracle patient Liam Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful next week. However, Bill Spencer might begin to see that his son is something off. Is Liam Spencer's death imminent? Below are the spoilers for what will happen next. The Bold and the Beautiful makes it clear that Dr. Grace Buckingham is involved in a very suspicious situation. On social media, there is a widely held belief that Grace lied and gave Liam a clean bill of health after taking Bill's $1 million without ever actually removing the tumor. If so, the truth will eventually surface and Liam's friends and family will receive the heartbreaking news. Bill Spencer hurried to the hospital to save the day after learning that Liam had been shot and was battling cancer. $1 Bill paid Grace right away to save his kid, but he never received information concerning Liam's tumor or a second opinion. When Bill opened his checkbook, the inoperable tumor became suddenly operable, which is very convenient. Bold and Beautiful spoilers indicate that Bill will begin to suspect him next week. It seems that Liam's recovery is taking longer than his father had anticipated. It won't be long until Bill begins introducing new physicians who specialize in his cancer condition through the Spencer mansion, since money is not an option. If Grace staged Liam's surgery, Bill Spencer will discover it, and she may want to leave Los Angeles before he can catch her. Imagine celebrating your son's new lease on life after spending $1 million to save him, only to discover that he is still dying. Do you believe that Bill and Liam were duped by Dr. Buckingham? Ridge's valiant water rescue and Sheila's investigative efforts. According to previews for the upcoming week of The Bold and the Beautiful, Rich Forrester will perform a valiant water rescue of Brooke Logan, while Sheila Sharp mulls about doing some investigative work. Brooke will fully commit to Nick Maroon and his planned Italian adventure once she decides she is done playing all these games with Ridge. The yacht Nick intends to take Brooke on has been undergoing hasty repairs, which will undoubtedly turn out to be a blunder. Ridge will see that stunner since there will undoubtedly be some dramatic boat failure that causes Brooke to fall into the water. They will rekindle their romance as Ridge jumps in for a spectacular rescue. Despite her prior outburst, Brooke needs to soften and acknowledge that her heart is urging her to return to Ridge. Ridge will also come to the conclusion that Brooke is his genuine love, and that he cannot continue to deny it. Taylor Hayes will never become the soulmate that B&B portrays her as for Ridge and Brooke, despite Ridge's affection for her. In other words, Taylor will face some destruction since fate will triumph once more. Ridge is about to realize that Brooke is really his destiny, hence Taylor and Ridge's engagement won't last. Since Nick won't get the fresh start he was looking for with Brooke, he will suffer a devastating blow of his own. As Nick gets ready to leave, he should be devastated to see Brooke and Ridge get back together. Sheila might choose to act independently once she returns to Los Angeles. Will Sheila follow Lee Finnegan and attempt to find out more after growing skeptical of her, and what she's concealing about Luna Nozawa? Could there be a threat to the secret of Luna's survival? In the upcoming episodes, Sheila might play detective in some capacity, and John Finnegan ought to continue doing so on a completely unrelated case. Finn is getting more and more information about Grace Buckingham's scheme, so it won't be long until he discovers that she deceived Bill and Liam Spencer. Last but not least, Carter Walton will undoubtedly find himself in the center of a dispute between Hope Logan and Daphne Rose on her return to Los Angeles. Stay tuned for updates on all the amazing news and intense face-offs that will unfold over the week of August 4th to 8th. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Can't take pain anymore. Brooke's uncomfortable press photos. Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan took some awkward press pictures before his ex-wife decided she could no longer handle the heartache of this trip together. According to The Bold and the Beautiful recap. As Unforgettable played, the episode began with Ridge and Brooke traveling together by boat. As soon as Brooke and Ridge arrived in Capri for the fashion show, Eric Forrester informed Ridge that he had witnessed Brooke kissing Nick Marone, and that it appeared to be a serious moment. Ridge pretended that it was good to see a man with initiative, even though she wasn't pleased with Nick visiting Italy and making advances on Brooke. When the fashion show finally started, a number of models appeared on stage decked out in stunning creations. After appearing in the showstopper, Brooke joined Ridge and Eric to take pictures and respond to questions from the media. Since Brooke and Ridge were the fashion industry's king and queen, the media couldn't get enough pictures of them together. There was some difficulty, nevertheless, when Ridge was questioned about his engagement to Rebecca Budig's character, Taylor Hayes. Although Nick's boat was still not ready, he managed to get another one and headed to the location of the fashion show. It's clear that Eric wanted to prevent any bonding between Nick and Brooke, as he ran into Nick there and cautioned him away. After posing for all those pictures with Ridge, Brooke became overwhelmed and ran away. Brooke, who was annoyed that everyone was happy to see them together even though they weren't really together, at least not as a couple, was chased after by Ridge. Because Ridge was too obstinate to acknowledge that he still loved her, Brooke lamented that she was sick of their relationship's constant restarts. Brooke wondered whether Ridge enjoyed seeing her in this state after asking why she had traveled to Italy in the first place. When Brooke said she couldn't stay there, Ridge argued he didn't and informed her she couldn't leave. In the meantime, Lee Finnegan gave unconscious Luna Nozawa an 4 injection to aid in her recovery, and reassured her that she wouldn't let her die. Sheila Sharp, on the other hand, was occupied with grumbling to Deacon Sharp at Il Giardino about Lee's refusal to respond her calls and texts. Although she hadn't been able to get any information from Lee about where Luna's body had been buried, or where her ashes had been scattered, Sheila still desired closure for Luna. When Lee arrived for takeaway, Sheila pressed for those answers, but Lee didn't appear willing to divulge anything. Nick had intended to take Brooke on a romantic boat cruise yesterday, but it seems Ridge got ahead of him. With the song Unforgettable playing, the ex-couples take a stunning boat journey across the water to Capri. Fun fact: Bold and Beautiful has better production quality, and does location shoots than any other soap opera. Indeed, the stories that are being portrayed against those settings are mediocre at best. However, I'd bet my money that after seeing these scenes, I wouldn't want to contact my travel agency right away. Eric pauses at the fashion show location to inform Ridge about Brooke and Nick's sex last night, and to warn him that his son is going to lose the lady who everyone knows is right for him. When Ridge brings this up to Brooke, she essentially responds, "Hey, at least someone's trying." But enough of Ridge and Brooke's push-me/pull-you game. A fashion exhibition is in order. Strangely, nobody seems to be even looking at the models, much less what they are wearing, even though it is being held in a restaurant. However, the location is stunning. Everything culminates with Brooke showcasing her skills while the audience erupts. Lee promises Luna that she will not allow her niece or grandchild to pass away. Sheila is also griping to Deacon about her ignorance of Luna's final resting place. She has attempted to contact Lee for answers, but she has not received a response to her texts or phone calls. Lee walks in shortly after to get her takeout. She acts irritated when she sees Sheila, in her place of employment and residence. Does Los Angeles, a small town, have no other restaurants? Instead of patronizing a woman who has tried to kill them, is there a place where people can go? In any event, Sheila virtually pleads with Lee to let her to visit Luna, regardless of where her ashes have been scattered or where she has been buried. But Lee doesn't say anything.